Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome into YouTube channel. Today we will discuss an important topic. There is spectrum. First of all, we will define spectrum. It is defined as a band of different color obtained by the dispersion of white light is called spectrum. Our second definition of spectrum is that the arrangement of color on the basis of increasing or decreasing wavelength or frequencies is called spectrums. Spectrum is basically the arrangement of colors on the basis of increasing or decreasing frequencies or wavelengths. When we arrange on this base, that is called spectrums. Now explanation of spectrum. Explanation. When a beam of light is passed through a prism, it split into its constituent 7 colors with different wavelengths and frequencies. When we pass a beam of light into a prism, it will be split into its basic constituent 7 colors. The resultant band of different color is termed a spectrum. From these colors, from these band of colors, we obtain a spectrum. These rays are arranged on the basis of their increasing or decreasing order of their wavelength or frequencies, and its pattern of radiation is called spectrum. Aforesaid, I mentioned that the arrangement of colors on the basis of increasing or decreasing wavelength is called spectrum. Here we have a white light of a bulb light, that is white light. When we pass it into prism, it will be dispersed into 7 colors, that is red color, orange color, yellow color, green color, blue color, indigo color, and violet colors. It will disperse into its constituent color, that is called 7 colors. Now we discuss part of spectrum. Spectrum has 2 parts. There are 2 parts of spectrum. First one is visible spectrum. Visible spectrum, the region which falls between 400 nanometer to 800 nanometer is called visible region. All 7 colors fall in these regions. Visible region consists 400 nanometer wavelength to 800 nanometer wavelengths, and all the 7 colors fall in these regions. The second type is invisible spectrum. The region which consists of IR and ultraviolet region is called invisible region. Invisible region, the IR and ultraviolet region is called invisible region. Invisible region consists of, for example, radio waves, microwaves, and IR region and ultraviolet region. These all are example of invisible spectrum. Now types of spectrum. There are 2 types of spectrum. Two types of spectrum. First one is continuous spectrum. The type of spectrum in which the color line are diffused into one another and no definite boundary can be mixed between the color is called continuous spectrum. This is the color in which there is no clear boundary between the colors. The color are diffuses with one another. The colors of continuous spectrum partially overlap with each other, and hence the radiation are not separated by any lines. Example of continuous spectrum. We have an example of continuous spectrum. Sunlight, rainbow, and bulb are the example of continuous spectrum. Now the second type is line spectrum. The spectrum in which there is clear boundary between the color band is called line or atomic spectra. Line spectrum is also called atomic spectrum. In this spectrum, there is a clear boundary between the colors. For example, when an element is vaporized on a flame or an electric discharge tube, it emits light of a characteristic colors, by which it may be identified the electron and an atom get energy and are excited. These electrons can be de-excited, emitted radiation of characteristic color reflecting a particular wavelength. And line spectrum, when we heated an element of vaporized flames, it will be, for example, this is the element, an electron will be emitted in the form of radiations and it will be excited, and after the excitations it will be again de-excitation, it will energy will de-excite and it energy will be against reverse and in the form of radiations. Finally, at last, requested to new viewers that please subscribe the YouTube channel and comment and watch fully videos.